Alex Lifson said something extremely important about Neil Peart's lyrics and the relationship to Rush's music, and I think we need to reflect on his statements a little bit given the fact that Rush is regrouping without Neil Peart and getting ready to go back out on tour next year. Let's listen in real quick to what Alex had to say about Neil's lyrics right here.
Yeah, and right from that first record that we did together, Fly By Night, a song like Anthem, for example, talking about the individual and the strength of the individual and the merit of selfishness. I mean, that was back then. It was refreshing to hear and read these sort of lyrics and talk about things that people our age were thinking about as they were reaching adulthood or growing up or going through their teens.
Alex Lifson is not someone who exaggerates, so when he praises Neil's lyrics, he isn't being sentimental. He's describing what Rush was. Rush didn't build their identity on rebellion, swagger, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. They built it on reflection, and on a very special kind of reflection, and that's what I'm going to tell you about right here. From the very beginning, Neil's lyrics stood outside of the normal rock and roll vocabulary, not louder, not angrier, not hipper, not cooler, just a bit deeper. Now, most rock lyrics do express emotion. Neil Peart's lyrics were about organizing human experience. He wrote about time, not as nostalgia. He wrote about freedom, not as impulse, but as both consequence and natural condition. He wrote about alienation without nihilism and ambition without arrogance. So Neil was never telling you how to feel. He was kind of giving language to his inner thoughts and mirroring thoughts maybe that you already had but hadn't yet shaped. And this is why Alex's comment matters so much, because Neil's lyrics were supplying the band with an inner dialogue that's simply missing in other heavy bands. Eddie's melodies gave those inner dialogues motion, and Alex's guitar gave them color and tension, and this created an accessibility to an internal emotional process that normally people just have privately. But Neil's words gave Rush a center of gravity. So when you take those lyrics away, you don't just lose quality, you don't just lose depth, you lose the band's entire identity. If Rush ever records again, and I think the odds are very likely that they already have, and that new music is going to be forthcoming, the music will probably be excellent. Alex and Geddy are extraordinary composers and extraordinary musicians with a ton of experience. They know exactly what they're doing. But Neil's voice, the internal conversation that defined Rush, was something only he could supply. And I don't think this is a criticism, it's simply stating the truth about something that was in Rush's band DNA. You can recreate the sound, you can extend the life cycle of the band without Neil, you can even honor Neil's legacy, but you're never going to replace the mind that asked those questions that Neil asked, and the mind that answered them. Alex Lifson understood this better than anyone, and when he talks about Neil's lyrics, he's reminding us that Rush wasn't just a band you listened to, it was a band you thought alongside. And here is the key to the entire topic. Neil's lyrics developed in tandem with his audience. So if you were a young person and listened to Rush, as the band got older and matured, their lyrics got older and more reflective. This mirrored the audience's evolution as well. So, for example, if Rush puts out new music now, who are they aiming it at? Are they going to aim it at the older fans who are still immersed in Rush's music? Or are they going to try to reach out to newer fans? It seems unlikely that younger fans would be responsive to the band, so they will probably either do instrumentals, which is something that some of my viewers have put forward, or they may try to do just essentially reflective lyrics. But my feeling is that without Neil's lyrics, the band is going to be severely handicapped just when it comes to doing new music, which I still maintain they're going to do. Now I'd love to hear from you. Do you think that the lyric issue is something that Rush can overcome if they put out new music? Do you think Geddy and Alex can do it? Will they find someone else? Will they find some leftover Neil lyrics that we don't know about? And do you think maybe I'm just making too big of a deal of the lyric dimension altogether? Let me know in the comments below.
Music Guru here, asking you to help us on our march to 10,000 subscribers.